I get it. When you're planning your move to Mexico, life back home doesn't pause to give you extra time. You still have to work, you still have family, you still have your daily routines, and somewhere in between all of that, you're trying to figure out immigration, banking, housing, healthcare, and all the logistics of an international move. But there are only so many hours in a day and thousands of videos filled with both good and bad information. So my solution was to create a course of short, focused videos with clear topics on things like immigration, banking, housing, plus all the small lumps that I took learning things the hard way over the years. One thing that I did differently, and I've since seen others copy, was structuring everything along a 24-month timeline. Because the truth is, arrival in Mexico isn't the end of the move. It's just the beginning of the real lessons, and how prepared you are determines how hard those lessons will hit. But here's the hard truth. Even with a curated library and a structured timeline, it still became information overload. And more importantly, it didn't always meet people where they were on their timeline. The course worked incredibly well for strategic planners, people like myself, who could zoom out and look at the move from a 10,000-foot view and plan methodically. But for someone preparing their move in 6 months or even less, it had the opposite effect. Instead of clarity, it exposed everything that they hadn't done yet, and it exposed everything still ahead of them. It provided structure and it provided exposure, but it also left many people feeling overwhelmed. Not because the information was bad, but because it arrived all at once and not in the context of their current situation. And honestly, that was a little humbling for me to realize. But then that's when it all clicked. People don't just want structure or more information. They want guidance that fits their situation, that helps them solve real problems, like how to work remotely while keeping their location private, how to find a rental and get it right the first time, how to choose a school for their children. What they really wanted was a plan that didn't just give them more things to do, but gave them insight into what life would actually feel like in Mexico. So I went back to the drawing board and I asked myself, if I was starting this today, how would I build it differently? Quite frankly, a lot has changed since I created that course in 2022. Back then, people were still crowdsourcing their answers from Facebook groups and piecing things together from YouTube videos. Today, we live in a world where AI can dramatically speed up research if it starts with the strong foundation. And that's the key. I already had that foundation. Years of experience, hundreds of videos made on this channel, every script that I wrote, every lesson that I learned, every blind spot that I'd seen people run into, that was the foundation. The knowledge wasn't missing, the opportunity was in organizing it all and applying it faster to meet people's needs. And I started asking a very different question. How can I help someone see their entire plan in one place? Not another checklist, not another community, and not another bookmark of saved content for you to watch later, but a way to step back and instantly understand, where am I solid? Where am I exposed? What needs my attention right now? And what can wait until later? Because the real problem was never effort. People were trying, they were researching, they were taking notes. The real problem was visibility. They had all the pieces, but couldn't see the whole picture at the same time. And when you can't see the whole picture, every decision feels heavier than it should, every step feels uncertain, and every delay feels like a mistake. But when you can see the whole picture, decisions speed up, stress drops, and confidence replaces guesswork. That's when planning stops feeling like chaos and starts feeling like direction. And that's what led me to build Reload Advisor, a system for my roadmap to expat clients to actually see their entire plan in real time. A way to take everything that I've learned, every lesson, every pattern, every blind spot, and turn it into something people could actually use day to day. Instead of them watching hours of videos and wondering what applied, they could see when to apply the information and watch their plan take shape. They could see where they were strong, they could see where they needed adjustments, and they can see how their timelines lined up with reality. It wasn't about replacing content, it was about turning information into clarity. And let's be honest, it doesn't make decisions for you, it simply helps you see better and focus on what needs your attention next. Information is super important, but applying it at the right time is what leads to success. It's like chess. There are opening moves, there are middle game moves, and there are end game moves. The best players aren't just the ones who know how the pieces move, they're the ones that know when to transition between the opening, the middle, and the end game. When you can see the whole picture, decisions get lighter, timelines make more sense, and moves stop feeling risky and start feeling intentional. That's why I built it, to help people see their plans clearly and to know their next steps. All right, so what aspect of your plan could use a little more clarity right now? Leave me comments below. If you want more clarity around your plan, you can explore the system at roadmaptoexpat.com. I'd love to help you gain clarity. After all, clarity is what gives people confidence. Until next time, MexitPlans Monty, I'm out.